Seriously though, women cheat when these three things happen. Welcome back, my name is Jessica and this is my YouTube channel. Today's video seeks to highlight three things. Number one, can a woman cheat and still love you? Number two, the three things that happen when women cheat. And number three, signs to look out for when your woman is cheating. Before we jump in, however, I've got exciting news. I have new merchandise for 2023 in my merch store, including cool tees like the one I'm wearing right now. So yeah, if you're interested in going through my catalog, just click on the merchandise displayed below this video or click on the link I'll leave in the video description below. Let's jump right in. Can a woman cheat and still be in love with you? That's the big question I'm hoping to answer right now. Well, the truth is it's debatable. The jury is still out there. However, I surmise that it really boils down to what your own definition of love is. Remember, there are different kinds of love in relationships. Four major types I'd like to highlight. The first one is eros, the love that's passionate, the love that's erotic, the kind of love that's addictive. It can cause great joy, great sorrow, and it isn't always good for you. Number two is philia, love of friends and equals. Now, this kind of love can also be the love between lovers when they've been together for a very long time and are not so hot and bothered anymore, but care deeply for each other. Number three, storge, love of parents for children. And this love is described as the most natural form of love. Parents who feel this love usually cannot help themselves and usually pay the least attention to whether the person is worthy of the love or not. Number four is agape love, love of mankind. This kind of love is modeled on the love of the Christian God for men and the love of men for God. It's the love that is given whether or not it is received or returned. So, as you can see, it's completely possible for her to still love you, but just not in the way that you'd expect. For example, while you may be expecting eros as part of the package, she might be busy giving you philia. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. Let's get to the crux of today's video. So, women cheat when these three things happen. Number one, when they desire sexual variety. Now, I'm sure you thought it was just a man thing. You obviously thought wrong. Sometimes reasons women cheat are sexually motivated. Some women cheat for variety and so much more. However, there's always a little catch. Most women who find themselves in this situation believe that their sexual and emotional needs are not being met in their current relationship. What tends to happen is women outsource the sexual pleasure in their relationships in an effort to remain or, preserve their primary partnerships. In simple English, if a woman was in a relationship in which she was unhappy and emotionally starved, she will seek the emotional attention that she lacks from a third party. Once she continues to receive the emotional gratification she's looking for, she can remain in her loveless relationship or marriage for as long as it takes, without having to forfeit her current relationship and break up her family or her partner's heart. In the long run, however, usually for years and even decades, if she continues to go without the sexual needs being met by her primary partner, well, she'll have to break up or seek divorce in order for her to find happiness elsewhere. Number two, when she lacks or loses love for her primary partner. Now, one of the main reasons women in this category cheat is to blow up the relationship that makes them feel trapped in some way. Often they find themselves with a partner who seems like a nice person, but is controlling, stifling, or emotionally unavailable. The woman tries to make changes to get her partner to seek, for instance, professional help or push their partner to meet them more emotionally. But when the woman doesn't succeed in these attempts, she loses love, respect, and the affection for him over time and begins to seek it elsewhere. The unconscious narrative you'll hear from women in this particular instance is often, he's a nice guy, but I'm miserable. So they can act out to end the relationship. When it gets to such a point in time, leaving her will hurt you more than it hurts her because she's already disconnected emotionally. Many women leave their partners emotionally long before they physically walk out of a relationship. Many women begin cheating emotionally long before it becomes physical. If you keep these statements in mind, a lot of female behaviors when it comes to fidelity will become more apparent. Studies reveal that women are much more likely than men to initiate breakups and are happier after breakups than men are. And number three, situational factors. So women who struggle with guilt over leaving a partner don't feel their own happiness is enough justification to reach a point of their relationship where they can actually walk out, right? At this point in time, she will, as a solution, find solace in cheating. For these women, cheating can feel like a way to keep keep their options open, and ensure that they're not hurt or abandoned in the end. They need to feel safe, secure. And if this is threatened, for instance, if they fight with their partner, for example, they can sometimes overcompensate by seeking validation and attention elsewhere. To put it in other words, every time you fight or have a misunderstanding with such a woman, you may be pushing her into another man's arms. She'll eventually use the third party as a point of transition out of the relationship with you. Every negative experience will draw her further and further away from you. Over time, she'll walk away and find a partner who better suits her and her purposes. Quite interesting information we have here. Now let's go into the last segment of the video so I can briefly highlight some of the warning signs of cheating. However, if you'd like to go into details about this subject, make sure that you don't miss out on watching the video that I did that talked about the 5 types of women that will cheat on you. I'll leave a link to the video in the description below. If you're still watching at this point, let's jump into it. The warning signs of cheating you should be wary of. Now, although none of what I'm about to say is cast in stone, the following signs will help you identify a cheating woman. Number 1, being very protective or secretive with her phone. If her phone is always locked and never leaves her sight, even when she's in the shower, red flag, especially if this behavior is new and inconsistent with what she's known for. Number 2, unexplained moments in time or days of the week that she's simply unavailable. In this case, obviously, you don't live together. No matter how hard you try to reach her, you will not be able to. And when she comes up for air finally, she'll not be able to give you tenable reasons for her disappearance. Number 3, increased interest in appearance. Yep, all of a sudden she's putting in more time, more effort into the way she looks and presents herself. Meanwhile, there's been no major life update. Certainly something to question. Number 4, change in attitude. Her behavior seems to have completely changed from what you knew her to be. Number 5, deceit. When she seems to be finding every reason to lie to you, even when it's not such a big deal. Red flag. And finally, amongst others, changes in communication. You guys used to speak on a regular, but now you literally have to beg her for time on the phone. Trust me, there are many more instances. My final thoughts as I wrap up this video. Women are less likely than men to have an affair that just happens because they tend to think longer and harder about the situation. Some women take time to warm up into it. Going in and leaving quickly is not their thing. Men, however, can walk away more easily because their emotions are just different. Now, when you start to see signs that question the woman you're with and her fidelity, you need to think about the possibility of cheating happening. Although none of the things that I've mentioned today are cast in stone, these are just meant to serve as a guide should you find yourself in such a situation. Take note, every relationship is unique and every woman is different. Pay close attention all the time and listen to your gut instinct, as it's hardly ever wrong. Thanks for watching this video. Share it with another guy who may find it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Once again, check out my merch store if you really like my African t-shirt, and you'll be able to purchase some there as well. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. My name is Jessica. Thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.